Ew. Doop doop. Oh, a song I wrote just popped in my head. You want to hear it? Oh. All I ever wanted was a different kind of love. So baby, take me in your arms, oh, give me your trust. I promise I will be here each and every day. Honey, lend me your ear, come on and pray with me. Look me in your eyes as I hold your face. Feel the warmth of my side in your embrace. Hey, just one more night, that's all we need. You are my ray of light, I'm your heart beating. All I ever wanted was a different kind of love. So baby, take me in your arms, oh, give me your trust. I promise I will be here each and every day. Honey, lend me your ear, come on and pray with me. I wrote that song in my bedroom in Florida when I had met my dad for the first time about 10 years ago. And it was weird to me meeting my dad that I had never met before. And basically, like, all I did was work and write songs. And all of my songs are inspired by someone. And I always thought it was interesting that that particular song, clearly it's a love song, but it wasn't written for anybody. Just a little something I wrote. I am 3+Kei. I'm here to encourage you to pursue the smile by prioritizing the Lord, your physical health, and persistent education. And this here is the Secret Heart Club. It is meant for the oddball Christians and the Christ curious to come together in community. Obviously, I like writing songs. Did you know? I used to do it for a living. Yeah. And it's interesting. I have a lot of songs that I never submitted for publishing, but unfortunately, it's like the old me. They're just like, I don't know how much I would want to be associated with it. So, it's leaving the proverbial money on the table, I suppose, because otherwise I would just sell them to somebody else. But anyway, here's a theme song to this live stream space for the Secret Heart Club. If you know it, sing along. If you don't, go ahead and wiggle a hip. It's okay. Welcome to the Secret Heart Club. Everyone does their part to bring love, be loved. Hey, we love Jesus at the Secret Heart Club. I found my fun meter, for what it's worth. I didn't know where it went, and maybe that's why we haven't been having so much fun. But now that it's here, time to turn up. All right, so I posted a couple of pictures earlier. I ran yesterday morning, and did the resolution run in Missoula, Montana. A 5K ain't nothing to me, but what I didn't account for is the fact that there's snow and ice, and I don't know why the area is called the Rattlesnake area. I like a nice level 5K. I don't know why we need to be, or at least can you warn us? It could be my fault because I never read the maps. Hey, Nero. Nero says, hi, Miss Montana. Hola. I didn't read the map and didn't account for the fact that there's snow, because in town, well, at least in my area, people shovel. So, I didn't realize I would be on like a mountain and in the street and stuff. So I didn't bring it here. If you guys live in snowy areas, highly recommend. Thank you, Adam. Adam says, have a good day. You as well. There's things called yak tracks. This is what they are, and you put them on the bottom of your boot. If you guys can see, there's spikes or like swirls or whatever. Anyway, it makes it so that you can walk very confidently in the snow. And I buy yak tracks all the time because I try to convince people in the wintertime to come with me. And part of that enticing of that is to have some yak tracks on me so they can put them on their shoes. Hasn't worked yet. So I have a bunch of yak tracks. But anyway, I forgot mine in my car. So I had my time was like 53 minutes, which is my mile average ended up being 17 minutes and 16 seconds. So yeah. But it was fun. New York State snow, exactly. Nero says ukulele for the one time. Yeah, so I posted a few photos and a video of some random girls, and the video is some of these girls passing me and me like screaming at them, going like this. And so basically what happened was, once I got some amount of traction and that music got real good in my earphones, and I started feeling myself. Sometimes you have to remind yourself who you are in such moments, which, I have a bunch of like nicknames for me, like how Beyonce has Sasha Fierce, and you know what I mean? And recently I was like, they're all dead. The 3+Kei is actually about to go away. There will be nothing but Lakeitha. That's who I am. That's the beast. I don't need a moniker. The Lord bless Lakeitha. Amen. And so once I started feeling that like I am Lakeitha type energy, I started going, and I would pick, and if you guys ever do like 5Ks or runs, here's all you got to do is just pick the person in front of you, whoever it is, and just focus on them and bypassing them. Right? And so at one point it was this group of girls, and I ran past them, and then at another point they had run past me, and I had gotten myself a little boost of energy, wiggled my little button, boom, took off. And as I took off, I turned back and I looked at them and I did this. I would have preferred that would have been the end of it. Just this as I zoomed past. That's not actually what happened. They proceeded to run. So for the rest of the miles, the rest of the 5K, we just took turns passing by each other. At the end of the 5K, I was pretty beat. So I was about maybe 50 to 100 feet away from the finish line, and I was in front of them. I had done the dang old thing. Okay. But the one, her name was Katie, passed by, and I say, dang it, you know? And then I looked behind me, and I can't see the other two girls. So I'm like, I'm good. All right. And you can see in the video, I'm just like defeated. I'm tired. Bruh, when I tell you, I was like, oh, so upset. Like 5 feet away from the finish line, these two girls run past me. And so that's what you see in the video is me walking so like tired like, and them like laughing as they're running by and me being like, whoa. So anyway, afterward, I introduced myself and the whole thing, and it was just like a cute moment. I was like, we should take a picture for that. That was all in good fun. That was pretty lit, you know. So yeah, I think there's a song I posted the other day, Song of the Year. I think that was December 31st, called Oxygen by Zonti. You're my oxygen, I can't live without you. So good. So good, I promise you. I don't think there's a way, you know that how there's some songs, what just came to mind was Michael Jackson, What About Us? What about yesterday? What about us? And it really like, like the way, whatever is in the production, it like moves you emotionally. Oxygen by Zonti does that for me, and I'm always very grateful. I wouldn't even, it's now my workout playlist. But it used to be my like pump me up playlist. It's called #WatchMe, and it's public, so you can like go find it if you want to. But it used to be just straight like gangster rap, and then over the years, and I've talked about this, right? Like the taste for music, and I know it's not for everybody. I personally am not trying to go out and twerking on the headlight at the stoplight. The music doesn't make me do the music doesn't make me want to go pop my Glock. Do you understand? So like, I get where other people are coming from. Like, you shouldn't be doing this and that. I don't know. I suppose I'm not too convicted about music that pumps me up. Anyway, I have definitely, same with comedy, have pursued Christian music that is like, rah, like you about to walk up to a billy goat and slap it. You know what I mean? The kind of music, but I don't think that really exists. So then it won't really be in the wording, the like pumping you up. And this is just for me. Somebody, I think Sherry was on here, like gospel music does it for me. And it's like, I'm trying to lift like hundreds of pounds. So I just need a little aggression. I need something that will like fuel aggression in me. You guys don't know me. I'm like the least, like I'm not an aggressive person at all. I'm very much so in the category of I'ma walk away, I'ma mind my business, that type of thing. So anyway, over the years, I have successfully managed to incorporate some Christian rap, into my workout list. And Oxygen by Zonti is definitely on there. And I love it when it comes up because it's like, heck yeah, let's go. The topic today and every Friday is, what is the Lord doing in your life? It will probably sound a little cryptic, but it's time for me to get up out of here. I don't know. I'm really toying with the idea of like, what I thought about today was like, just shut the channel down and just like do a live stream in like 3 months or something like that. I don't know. I've stopped posting shorts. I've stopped posting twice a week. I only post once a week. Still doing the nightly live streams until the 28th, and then that will end. And it's not a sad thing. For those of you that know, I operate a brand called PursueTheSmile, and the two initiatives under check out PursueTheSmile.com. The two initiatives under PursueTheSmile are ThreePlusKei, which is this channel, and the James House, Montana, which is a long-term Christian group home for adolescent boys, and all the work that goes into that, right? And Pursue the Smile as a brand in general is just encouraging Christians to go out into their communities and contribute in a way that spreads joy and kindness. I think we've done a good job. I think we have it on lock, kind of like going out into our communities and just like being like, hey, I'm a Christian. But it's like, just being intentional about being a vessel for the Lord. So all of that takes a lot of work. I think that's kind of just the simple part. So the Lord is just kind of orchestrating my life in such a way and just kind of like moving things around a little bit that the kids call it something. It's like going dark or like going, you know what I mean? I need to like just kind of like sit down. I need to sit down for a little bit. And I'm looking forward to it. To be honest, I made the commitment to live stream until the 28th. And, it would probably be okay if I didn't even do that. There's no rules. I keep saying that. For context, in my my 9 to 5, I'm a social worker and I work with people all the time, and they get caught up on like what like society might be telling them to do. Like, I have a guardian on my caseload, and they're struggling with their teenager at home. And have a second teenager. And so what that looks like, right, is the parent can't, hold a job or can't really do anything because of managing all this like chaos that the kid is kind of bringing. And it's like, on one hand, yes, like, totally get it. As a parent, you want to protect and whatnot. But what I was telling this guardian is like, there comes a point too, like, you can say, just hear me out. You can say, family is everything, but at a certain like higher age, like 15, 16, 17, if they are, what do you call it? Like jeopardizing your livelihood and the way you manage, and without any regard toward you, you know, you don't have to put up with that. I don't understand why you would, but you don't have to put up with that. And I know there's this whole conversation on grace and forgiveness, and I have to, and this is where the you know, the Christ comes in. Let me put it this way. When Peter asked, Lord, how often do I need to forgive somebody? 7 times? And Peter thought that was pretty. He was like, I mean, 7 is like, hey, you know. And to be honest, 7 does sound pretty legit, does it not? Somebody slapped you on your ear once, and they said, I'm sorry, and you forgave them. And then they went ahead and slapped you on your ear again, and they said, I'm sorry. You need to forgive them. And Peter said, they did that and said sorry 7 times, Lord. That's pretty good, right? What did Christ say? He's like, nah, son. 70 times 7. You need to be forgiving the person. There's a forgiveness and a grace that goes with this faith walk, right? But listen here. When the person says, and here's the other part, that the other person repented, right? So then they just messed up again. But when people don't repent, when you're dealing with an unbeliever who knows of no such thing, or you're dealing with they say that they have a relationship with Jesus. And if they have a relationship with Jesus, why are they doing something to you like that? That's egregious, that needs forgiveness 70 times, 7 times. But what if they never apologized? At some point, you have to have wisdom to step away. It's tricky. My whole point is that not every time we're all not meant to be around each other all the time. At some point, you got to have some level of like logic. You know what I mean? You gotta back away. You could forgive somebody and discontinue being in their space. And I'm not saying this is like necessarily a thing for me, but I think, you know, in my life, you know, what the Lord is doing is just making room. And I need to stop resisting that, because resisting it is very painful. We've all been there, right? Resisting what the Lord is trying to do. Not to you, but for you. The Lord is like, listen, this is an example I used a while ago. All right. You're meant to be. You're meant to be a millionaire. You're meant to, that is the calling the Lord has on your life. But you ain't got a job. And you don't want to get a job. And did you know that hot dog factory? You have a talent for sales that you don't even know that you have. Or it's so natural to you, you don't even take it seriously. So you're walking by the hot dog factory, big old sign, we're hiring immediately, come on in. And you're like, oh, I don't want to work with hot dogs. But you're going to be the CEO in 10 years and you have no idea. And the fact that you even need a job in the first place, and here the Lord has you pass by a place that will give you a job right now. We're terrible about that. We are terrible about that. You know? Did you know he's always talking to you? It's always one thing. That's what I know right now. And so, yeah, maybe, I mean, maybe even in the next few days, I might shut the channel down. I just don't want to make a rash decision. I just don't want to be like, this is what I want to do now. But anyway, this year, hope you get it together. You need to write down. I won't go on another rant. I know some of y'all are too cool for school. You don't do resolutions because blah, 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 blah. Get yourself together. What you want to do is have a goal, a theme, a resolution, something like some kind of agenda for the next year. If you're one of these, like, God will lead the way, I would advise you to at least conceive of what it is you would like the Lord to be doing in your life. That would give you some type of maybe indication as to which direction you should be heading. The Lord gave us brains, by the way, to conceive and conceptualize and intellectualize and study and research. Like, the Lord gave us these faculties. We could have been a fish. Shout out to Ben. Is Ben on here? We could have been a whatever the heck. That can't think right. But we're us. So get up in your prayer. You guys got prayer closets? Ooh, I used to have one, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Now, you know what I had? I had the gardening. When you garden, like old ladies, they have that like little foam thing, and they kneel on it. I had that for like praying on my knees. But then, and I know y'all are oh so fancy. You know, don't pay me any mind. I prefer like Japanese style. I prefer my mattresses on the ground. And then at some point, I think somebody just gave me a free frame, or I don't know why I have a frame, but it lifted my bed so I couldn't pray on my knees anymore. So now it's just like maybe on my couch. Something to think about. I wouldn't mind me a little prayer closet. You know what I had? I'm gonna leave y'all with this. I put an air mattress in it. Books, pens, notebooks, all in it was a walk-in closet. Pillows, probably some waters. Oh, so good. Dim the lights. Just be in there, me and the Lord. Maybe that's my problem now. I don't have like a dedicated, like, oh, it's just me and you now. I've been waiting. Think I want to make a prayer now. All right. Talk to you guys later.